There comes a moment in every life when you realize that nothing outside you is truly controlling your destiny. That moment often arrives quietly, like a whisper in the heart, asking you to look inward instead of outward. And if you truly listen, you'll hear a truth that can transform everything. The way you feel right now is shaping the life you are stepping into. Your future is not waiting for luck, timing, or permission. It is waiting for your inner acceptance, your inner assumption, your inner feeling. Feeling is the secret. The feeling you carry is the creative force behind every outcome that finds its way into your world. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are conscious of being. This is why the inner world matters more than anything you could ever do externally. The invisible shapes the visible. The unseen becomes the seen. Your imagination is not a place you escape into. It is the workshop where your reality is built. If you close your eyes for a moment and imagine the exact life you desire, whether it is love, success, health, or freedom, and you allow yourself to feel the emotions of already having it, you are beginning the process of creation. You might think you're pretending, but you're not. You are choosing the state from which your world must unfold. When you enter the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the world reorganizes itself to mirror that feeling. There is a line often shared, filled with deep and miraculous truth. As you believe in your heart, so shall it be. Notice it does not say as you hope, or as you beg, or as you wait. It says as you believe in your heart. The heart is feeling. It is emotion. It is the inner conviction that something is already true. When your feeling aligns with your desire, creation is set into motion. Think of the seed planted in the darkness of soil. The seed does not argue, doubt, beg, or look for signs every second. It simply accepts that growth is happening, unseen, unhurried, but certain. Your desires are just like that seed. Once planted in the fertile soil of imagination, they grow automatically as long as your inner feeling is one of acceptance, one of knowing. The outer world may show you nothing yet. It may even contradict the vision you hold. But creation is not born in the visible. It begins silently in the unseen chambers of your inner world. There is a beautiful teaching that says, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe you have received it, and it will be yours. Notice again the instruction. Believe you have received it. Not that you will receive it someday, not that it might come, but that you have already received it. That belief, the feeling of already having it, is the key. The feeling is the prayer. The feeling is the acceptance. The feeling is the evidence. Imagine a person who desires love but feels unworthy. They may visualize their ideal relationship every night, but if the dominant feeling inside them is one of lack, loneliness, or fear, then that feeling becomes the creative power. Their outer world will faithfully mirror the inner state of unworthiness. But if instead they gently shift into the feeling of being loved, of being chosen, of being valued, their imagination becomes the womb in which love is conceived. And life will begin to reflect that inner conviction. Or imagine someone wanting financial freedom. They may work tirelessly, taking action after action, yet inwardly feel fear. Fear of loss, fear of failure, fear of never having enough. But if they pause, breathe, and enter the feeling of abundance, if they imagine life unfolding with ease, with safety, with provision, then the outer world begins to respond. People appear, opportunities open, ideas flow, and what once seemed impossible suddenly becomes natural. Why? Because the feeling shifted, the inner state changed, and the world could not help but follow. There is a quiet power in assuming the state of the wish fulfilled, not forcing it, not straining to believe, simply entering it as effortlessly as stepping into a warm room after being outside in the cold. You do not fight with the new feeling. You accept it. You rest in it. You allow it to become familiar. Repetition makes it natural, and what becomes natural becomes reality. Sometimes the mind will resist. It will look at the outer world and say, but nothing has changed. And this is where your faith becomes your strength. You are not moved by appearances. Appearances are simply old manifestations, old assumptions, old feelings solidified into form. You are numb to them unless you choose to be. Feelings create reality, not the other way around. When you remain loyal to the inner conviction of already being the person you desire to be, the outer world eventually yields. It has to. It has no choice. It reflects the inner state with complete obedience. There is another timeless teaching that says, call those things which are not as though they were. This is not about pretending. It is about aligning your inner feeling with the outcome you desire. before your senses confirm it. When you feel rich while your bank account still displays the old numbers, you are calling the unseen into the scene. When you feel healthy even while symptoms linger, you are choosing a higher reality. When you feel loved even when no one has entered your life yet, you are preparing the way. This inner conviction is what brings the invisible into form. Your imagination is the creative center of your life. Every change begins there. You do not need permission to imagine a better life. You do not need proof. You do not need signs. You need only the quiet courage to feel the truth of your desire now. The moment you feel it as real, you set creation into motion. Everything, absolutely everything, begins to move toward the fulfillment of that inner state. There is a gentle, loving surrender in this process. You do not need to figure out how it will happen. The how is never your responsibility. The how belongs to the unseen intelligence that shapes all things. Your only task is to cultivate the feeling of the wish fulfilled and rest in it. Just rest. Rest in the knowing that what you desire is already yours in the invisible, and the visible is simply catching up. When you rise each morning, ask yourself, what state am I living in today? Not what circumstances you see, not what problems you face, but what feeling are you choosing? Because that feeling will shape every encounter, every opportunity, every outcome. Choose the feeling intentionally, choose it lovingly, choose it faithfully, and watch as your world begins to transform in ways that feel effortless, surprising, and deeply beautiful. You are not a victim of the outer world. You are the author of the inner one, and the inner always becomes the outer. When you understand this, you will stop trying to force life to change and instead begin changing the only thing that truly matters, your inner state, your feeling, your imagination. You are more powerful than you have ever been told. You carry within you the creative spark that shapes universes. And every time you close your eyes and feel the reality of your desire, you are exercising that power. You are shaping tomorrow. You are planting seeds. You are becoming the person you are meant to be. Feeling is the secret. Feeling is the prayer. Feeling is the creative power that opens doors no one else can open. And when you allow yourself to feel the beauty of your desire now, with faith and love, life cannot help but deliver it to you in the perfect way, at the perfect time, just as it always does. The world will always show you evidence of limitation if that is what you look for. But evidence does not create reality. Feeling does. You can see lack all around you, others struggling, opportunities scarce, dreams unfulfilled. But none of this has power over you unless you let it. Your imagination, charged with feeling, has the power to rewrite the script of your life. It does not argue with circumstances. It does not negotiate. It simply assumes, and in assuming, it transforms. Consider the story of someone who longs for a career they love. They may be surrounded by obstacles, bills, responsibilities, doubts, or even discouraging voices. Yet, when they close their eyes and imagine themselves performing their ideal work, experiencing success, joy, and fulfillment, and feel it as real in their body and heart, the outer world begins to respond. Doors open, meetings happen, opportunities arise, and circumstances align in ways that seemed impossible before. Not because of force or effort, but because the inner feeling set the outer world into motion. Faith is not about clinging to hope or forcing belief when the mind resists. Faith is the quiet, unshakable feeling that what you desire is already yours. It does not waver with appearances. It does not doubt when the evidence is contrary. Faith is not passive. It is active imagination made real through emotion. It is a declaration to the universe, I am already in the state of my wish fulfilled, and nothing can change that truth. When you cultivate this kind of faith, the world cannot help but conform to it. It is as natural as breathing. Your imagination must not be distracted by the outer world. When doubts arise, do not wrestle with them. Simply return to the inner feeling of your wish fulfilled. Think of it like tuning an instrument. Each time your mind drifts to fear or lack, gently bring it back to the vibration of your desire. Over time, this becomes effortless. You no longer struggle with reality. You no longer chase outcomes. You simply embody the state that naturally produces them. And in that state, miracles occur, not as exceptions, but as the inevitable reflection of your inner feeling. Do underestimate the subtle power of feeling. Even moments of quiet thought, small imaginings, daydreams, and private assumptions carry the seed of creation. Your feelings are like drops of water in a reservoir. Over time, They fill the container and overflow into your life. Every emotion you cultivate is a brick in the structure of your future. Joy, gratitude, love, confidence, and peace are not merely pleasant. They are creative forces that shape what is yet to come. Sometimes the challenge is patience. You may imagine, you may feel, and yet the outer world does not immediately obey. This is not a failure, it is a test of your loyalty to the inner state. Just as a sculptor patiently shapes clay, the unseen intelligence patiently shapes reality according to your persistent feeling. The world may resist temporarily, but the inner conviction cannot fail. Keep feeling, keep assuming, keep resting in the knowing. Time is no obstacle to imagination. Time is simply the interval in which the unseen is arranged into form. There is no limit to what can be imagined and felt. Health, wealth, love, peace, creativity, freedom. Everything begins in feeling. When you feel the joy of good health, your body responds. When you feel abundance, your circumstances align. When you feel love, relationships blossom. And when you feel the inner peace of your fulfilled desires, you walk through life unshaken, unafraid, and magnetically attractive to the experiences that match your inner state. You may wonder how this works when the outer world seems so stubborn. The answer is simple. The world is only a mirror of the inner state. If the reflection is negative, it is not because reality is cruel, but because your inner world has not yet assumed the state of your desire. As soon as your inner world shifts, truly and fully, the outer world will follow faithfully and beautifully. The outer cannot resist the inner. The inner is the law. The feeling you carry in your heart and mind is the unseen power that moves mountains, opens doors, and brings the impossible to life. Imagine now a life where you no longer look to evidence outside you to confirm your dreams. Imagine a life where the unseen guides your every thought, every feeling, every action. Imagine the freedom, the peace, the joy of knowing that nothing outside has the power to dictate your happiness or success. All that matters is the inner state you cultivate, the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You are no longer a passenger of circumstance, you are the navigator of destiny, steering with imagination and emotion. Every moment is an opportunity to return to this inner state. When fear, doubt, or limitation appears, simply pause, close your eyes, breathe, feel. Let the inner world of your desire become more real than the outer world of appearances. Every act of feeling is a prayer. Every act of assumption is creation. And every act of rest in the desired state brings the outer world closer to the invisible reality you already inhabit. The secret is always simple. It is not found in forced struggle or frantic effort. It is found in love, faith, and imagination. To feel your wish fulfilled is to participate in the divine process of creation. It is to align with the very laws that govern life itself. And in that alignment, miracles do not just happen. They become inevitable, natural, and beautifully ordinary. The life you desire is waiting, already formed in the invisible. Your only task is to feel it, assume it, and allow it to manifest. Every thought you entertain carries a vibration, and every feeling you indulge amplifies it. Life does not react to the content of your mind, it reacts to the state of your being. You may read inspiring words, study powerful teachings, or even speak affirmations aloud. But if your inner feeling contradicts them, nothing shifts. The outer world will faithfully reflect the feeling inside you. This is why the mastery of feeling is more vital than knowledge, effort, or strategy. Knowledge informs the mind, but feeling directs creation. Consider someone who dreams of healing their body. They may follow every medical recommendation, yet if fear dominates their inner world, fear of illness, of weakness, of pain, they experience limitation. But when they quietly imagine their body vibrant, whole, and strong, and feel the joy and ease of wellness, in every cell, something extraordinary occurs. The body begins to respond, energy returns, cells regenerate, the outer manifestation aligns with the inner state. As he thinks in his heart, so is he, it is written, reminding us that the heart, our feeling, is the fountain from which life flows. Every relationship, every opportunity, every form of abundance begins first in your inner world. You are not waiting for circumstances to change you. You are creating circumstances to reflect who you are becoming. This is a profound truth. You cannot rise above your inner state by chasing external changes. External life is the echo of your imagination, and until you master the feeling, the echo will continue to repeat the old patterns. But when you embody the state you desire, whether love, wealth, health, or peace, the echo transforms effortlessly. Many people mistake visualization for mere daydreaming, but true visualization is not idle fantasy. It is the act of living fully in the reality of your desire before it appears. Close your eyes and see yourself already in the experience. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Feel the weight of your success, the warmth of your love, the freedom of your abundance. Let it saturate your entire being. When this feeling becomes natural, the outer world can no longer resist. It must manifest. Creation always obeys feeling. Patience is a quiet companion of the imaginative process. Sometimes the outer world may seem slow and doubts may arise. But the unseen realm does not operate by clocks or schedules. It operates by fidelity to feeling. The unseen mind, the creative intelligence, moves in perfect alignment with your inner state, regardless of appearances. You do not need to hurry it. You do not need to struggle for evidence. Your only responsibility is to remain steadfast in feeling, to rest in the assurance that your desire is already real in the invisible, and to trust that the outer will follow naturally. There is a gentle power in assuming what you desire has already arrived. You do not force, you do not plead, you do not bargain. You simply enter the state as though it were your present reality. In this state, the mind, body, and spirit harmonize. Thoughts no longer contradict feelings. Actions flow effortlessly. Opportunities reveal themselves not as coincidences, but as the natural unfolding of your inner conviction. Call those things which are not as though they were, the teaching says, and this is exactly the method by which reality is shaped. Think of the farmer who plants seeds in spring. He does not dig them up daily to see if growth has occurred. He waters them, nourishes the soil, and then trusts the process. Your inner feeling is the water and sunlight that nurtures the seed of your desire. If you dig constantly, if you worry, doubt, or check for signs, you disturb the process. But if you maintain steady, faithful feeling, your desire grows silently and inevitably until it manifests in the visible world. Even in moments of uncertainty, your feeling is the compass. When challenges appear, when obstacles seem real, when doubt whispers, return to the inner state of the wish fulfilled. Feel it with love, with faith, with calm assurance. You do not need to explain how that will happen. You do not need to see a path. You only need to inhabit the state. And in doing so, the outer world rearranges itself in perfect obedience to the reality you feel within. Your imagination is not a tool for escape. It is the instrument of creation. Joy, gratitude, peace, and love are not mere emotions. They are the language of manifestation. When you cultivate them, you are aligning with the infinite source of creation. Every moment you feel joy for what is coming, you are pulling it closer. Every moment you express gratitude for what is unseen, you are giving it form. Every moment you rest in peace, believing in the unseen order, you are opening a channel through which life flows freely. The universe does not resist joy, gratitude, and peace. It mirrors them with exact fidelity. You may wonder why some desires seem slow to appear. Often it is not the desire itself, but the inner feeling that needs refining. The mind can imagine endlessly, but until the heart feels fully the reality of that imagination, the outer world will not conform. Therefore, attention to feeling is paramount. It is the quiet cultivation of the inner state day by day that brings about miraculous change. Every moment spent assuming, imagining, and feeling is a step closer to visible manifestation. There is nothing magical in the process. There is no trick, no secret formula, no requirement for special talent. The power is yours, as natural as breathing, as simple as feeling. Love your desire, feel it, imagine it, rest in it. Repeat faithfully. The universe is not hasty, but it is inexorable. When your feeling is consistent, creation cannot help but respond. Your outer world is simply catching up with the inner reality you have embraced. Even small shifts in feeling carry enormous power. A moment of gratitude, a brief imagining, a single act of faith can ripple through your life. The world does not wait for perfection. It responds to your consistent alignment with the state of your desire. Each feeling is a signal sent to the unseen, a declaration of your inner reality, and an invitation for life to conform. The ordinary moments are not insignificant. They are the fabric from which miracles are woven. In every challenge, in every uncertainty, remember that the power rests within your feeling. The outer world can never dictate your inner state unless you allow it. You can feel peace amid chaos, abundance amid scarcity, love amid rejection. When you do this consistently, you transform not only your own life, but the entire landscape of possibility around you. You become a living demonstration of the creative power of imagination, and your life becomes a testimony to the truth that feeling shapes reality. Every day you are being given countless opportunities to practice the art of feeling. Each thought, each moment, each interaction is a chance to align with the reality you see. If you feel fear when faced with uncertainty, the world mirrors fear back to you. If you feel trust and assurance, even silently and privately, the world rearranges itself to support that trust. This is the divine law at work. As you believe in your heart, so shall it be. It is not the loud declarations, the frantic efforts, or the visible proof that creates change. It is the quiet inner conviction that becomes reality. Imagine a musician who sits before an instrument, imagining the perfect melody, feeling it in their fingertips before the notes are even played. They do not wait for the audience, the critics, or the applause to validate their music. They feel it first. They live it in the unseen realm. And when the time comes, the music flows naturally, effortlessly, and perfectly. Life works the same way. When you feel the reality of your desire first, everything external adjusts to express what already exists within you. There is no need for struggle or striving. The outer world often presents itself as a battlefield of circumstances, but the true work is done inside. The mind can calculate, plan, and strategize endlessly, but until the feeling aligns, action alone will not produce lasting results. Feeling is the power behind action. Without feeling, action is hollow, mechanical, and limited. With feeling, even the smallest effort is magnified, multiplied, and supported by invisible forces. Consider the story of someone who desires financial freedom. They may work tirelessly, yet feel worry, fear, or doubt. Their efforts are sincere, but often yield limited results because the inner state contradicts the desire. Now imagine this person pauses each day, closes their eyes, and imagines life flowing abundantly. They see money coming easily, feel the freedom it brings, and rejoice in gratitude as if it were already theirs. That feeling, faithfully held, transforms the unseen into the seen. Opportunities emerge, doors open, and life begins to match the inner reality. Faithful feeling is the invisible magnet that draws all circumstances into alignment. Even in relationships, feeling is the creative force. Love, understanding, harmony, these are not summoned by logic, argument, or negotiation. They are cultivated through inner states. When you imagine yourself already loved, appreciated, and respected, and feel that reality deeply, the world responds. Your actions, your words, your energy shift, and people respond to the state you embody. The outer world cannot resist the inner reality. It must mirror it. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. The heart is feeling, and it is from that wellspring that all life flows. Your imagination is the stage on which creation performs. When you imagine, you do not step outside reality. You step inside the truth of what already exists in the invisible. The invisible is not distant, it is not separate. It is the creative matrix from which all experiences emerge. By entering it, feeling it, and living in it, you are not pretending, you are participating in the divine process of life itself. Each emotion you cultivate, each feeling you nurture, is a brushstroke painting the canvas of your reality. Doubt may try to intrude. Fear may whisper that the outer world disproves your desire. But appearances are not reality. They are merely reflections of past assumptions, old feelings, old beliefs. When you remain loyal to the inner state of your fulfilled desire, the outer world must follow. You are the lawgiver of your inner kingdom. The world obeys the state you maintain, not the contradictions you notice around you. Faith is not passive hope. It is the active consciousness of what is already true. Even small, consistent acts of feeling accumulate immense power. A brief moment of gratitude, a smile imagined, a word spoken in alignment with love or abundance, these are the quiet acts of creation. They are the drops that fill the reservoir until it overflows into tangible manifestation. Each feeling reinforces your inner world, and each inner shift subtly reconfigures the outer circumstances. The universe does not wait for dramatic action. It responds to persistent, faithful feeling. Resting in the state of your desire does not mean ignoring life's demands. It does not mean abandoning effort, responsibility, or awareness. It means harmonizing your inner feeling with your wish fulfilled, while navigating the world with calm confidence. You act from the state of completion, not from lack. And when you do, your efforts carry a force beyond what ordinary action could produce. The unseen intelligence supports, guides, and multiplies everything in alignment with your feeling. Life flows effortlessly when you trust this invisible law. You are never powerless. You are never at the mercy of circumstance. Every desire, every dream, every vision begins as a feeling within you. This is the secret that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. The unseen is your ally. Imagination is your instrument. Feeling is your key. And when these work in harmony, life becomes a mirror of your inner convictions. You do not chase your dreams, you live them, inwardly first and outwardly next. Creation always follows feeling. Even when the outer world seems contradictory, the inner world remains sovereign. You are not limited by what you see, you are empowered by what you feel. Every moment spent feeling your wish fulfilled, every thought aligned with the state you desire, every breath infused with faith, draws the unseen closer into form. Your imagination is the engine, your feeling is the fuel, and the universe is the obedient servant that reflects your inner reality. Nothing can resist the consistency of a faithful inner state. Life is not outside you. It is the reflection of your imagination, energized by your feeling. Every moment is a choice, to align with lack, limitation, and fear, or to align with abundance, love, and fulfillment. When you choose the latter, you enter the secret, you live in the truth, and the outer world bends naturally to mirror your inner reality. The power is already yours, the secret is already within you. And every day, with every feeling, you have the opportunity to claim it anew. Your imagination is not simply a playground for fantasy, it is the divine laboratory where reality is formed. Every image you hold in your mind, every scene you replay, every emotion you cultivate sends ripples into the fabric of existence. Life responds to feeling, not to circumstance. You are not limited by the world you see around you. You are limited only by the inner reality you allow yourself to accept. The outer world can never contradict the inner unless you permit it. Consider a person who desires recognition for their talents. They may work tirelessly, yet feel unnoticed or unworthy. Their outer world mirrors these feelings faithfully. When they close their eyes and imagine themselves celebrated, valued, and appreciated, and allow themselves to feel that truth deeply, a shift occurs. Opportunities emerge, invitations arrive, people take notice, and the world aligns with the inner state. This is the power of faithful imagination. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart. Delight is feeling, it is joy. It is the inner acceptance of the wish fulfilled. Every day presents moments to practice this art of feeling. When you wake, when you move through your tasks, when challenges appear, you have the choice. Will you feel fear, limitation, and doubt, or will you feel faith, love, and fulfillment? Each choice builds the reality around you. Life is the echo of your inner state. The outer world is a mirror, not a judge. The universe does not argue, it reflects. There is no need for struggle against reality. Struggle only amplifies the feeling of lack. Instead, align yourself with the state you wish to experience. Imagine it, feel it, rest in it, and act from it. Action taken from the inner state of completion carries a force that action taken from lack cannot match. Your feeling multiplies every effort, harmonizes every decision, and accelerates every outcome. Faithful feeling is the unseen power that moves mountains and opens doors that logic cannot unlock. Even in moments of uncertainty, your inner feeling is sovereign. When circumstances seem to resist, return to the state of your fulfilled desire. The outer world may appear contradictory, but it is not your reality. It is simply the reflection of past assumptions. The unseen realm, your inner world, cannot lie. It obeys feeling with perfect fidelity. When you persist in feeling the reality of your desire, the outer world cannot help but conform. It is as natural and inevitable as the rising sun. Think of the process as planting a garden. You sow the seeds in fertile soil, water them, nurture them, and then trust. You do not dig them up daily to inspect their growth. You let nature do its work. Your imagination and feeling are the water and sunlight of creation. Patience is your ally, not your enemy. Each feeling, each assumption, each moment of inner alignment nurtures the unseen seeds until they bloom in the outer world. Joy, gratitude, and love are not merely pleasant emotions. They are creative forces. They are the language through which the unseen intelligence communicates with form. The more you cultivate these feelings, the more the world mirrors them back. A heart filled with joy draws joyful circumstances. A mind grateful for abundance draws more to be grateful for. Love felt and expressed attracts love. The unseen responds faithfully and without hesitation to the states you cultivate within. Even small, consistent acts of imagination and feeling carry enormous power. A single moment of feeling the wish fulfilled, even for a few seconds, initiates creation. Repetition strengthens it. Consistency reinforces it. Every day spent imagining, feeling, and assuming the reality of your desire builds an inner momentum that eventually manifests in the visible world. Nothing is wasted. Every feeling counts. Every act of inner alignment matters. Life is not outside you. It is the reflection of the inner reality you maintain. Circumstances, appearances, and events have no power over your creative life unless you allow them to. Your imagination is your laboratory, your feeling is your tool, and the universe is your obedient servant. For as he thinks within himself, so he is. Think, feel, and live the reality you desire, and the outer world will follow, faithfully, naturally, inevitably. The moment you realize the simplicity of this law, life becomes effortless. You no longer chase, struggle, or beg. You no longer wait for signs, confirmations, or permission. You simply assume the state of your desire, feel it fully, and allow it to unfold in perfect timing. The unseen always obeys faithful feeling. It rearranges circumstances, synchronizes events, and brings forth the visible expression of what is already true in the invisible. Each day, each hour, each moment is a new opportunity to live in the state of your fulfilled desire. When doubt arises, gently return to the inner feeling. When fear whispers, replace it with faith. When lack seems evident, replace it with abundance. The outer world is powerless to resist the consistency of inner reality. Every act of feeling is a declaration of creation. Every act of assumption is a prayer answered. So now remember this. The secret has always been within you. Your imagination, fueled by your feelings, is the force that shapes your world. Every desire, every dream, every hope is already real in the unseen. All that is required is for you to feel it, to believe it, and to rest in it as if it has already come to pass. Do not chase it. Do not struggle for it. Do not plead or beg. Simply live in the state of its fulfillment, and life will faithfully reflect your inner reality. Trust in the process. Trust in the power that flows from within. Your feelings are the language of creation, and when you speak it with faith, love, and persistence, miracles cannot help but unfold. Step boldly into the world as the person who already has what you desire. Walk with the confidence that the unseen has already been made visible. Your imagination is your gift, your feeling is your key, and the life you long for is waiting, ready to be claimed. Believe it, feel it, live it, and watch as the world transforms in perfect harmony with the truth you hold within your heart.